Hello, dear children. A very good morning to all of you. How are you doing, children? I hope you all are doing well at home. Children, today I welcome you all to the Standard 6 SST Part 3, that is Civics class. Kindly all of you open Chapter 2, Civics, Chapter 2, and page number 164. And today I am going to teach you prejudice and discrimination. Objectives are to understand the terms prejudice and stereotype, to understand how prejudice leads to discrimination, to find out the difference between diversity and inequality, to learn how the Constitution directs us to respect diversity. So, children, let's start the chapter. Prejudice and its types. No two humans are alike. One differs from the other. There is diversity with respect to gender, race, color, language, caste, and religion from place to place. You have already studied about this in the earlier chapter. When we judge someone or have an idea about him or her, before we actually know anything about that person, it is called prejudice. In many backward areas, women are not even allowed to study much because it is believed that they would end up doing household work in any case. This kind of prejudice is called gender prejudice. Sometimes religion becomes a cause of prejudice and discrimination. Intolerance towards other people's beliefs that the practices is called religious prejudice. Next we will see prejudice and discrimination. It is unfair to have an opinion about someone or something we do not know much about. Very often we judge people without even realizing that we are being prejudiced. As a result, we form an idea about a person without giving ourselves a chance to know the person properly. Sometimes our prejudices influence our behavior with certain people. We may be rude to them, isolate them, and ultimately harm them in some way. This unfair treatment of people on the basis of prejudice is called discrimination. Next we'll see stereotype. What is stereotype? When we fix people into one image, we create a stereotype. A stereotype can be defined as the image or belief we have about a person or a group of people, based on the idea that everyone in that particular group will look or act the same way. Usually, these ideas are baseless. Stereotypes are unfair because they prevent us from judging people and things correctly. Next, we'll see ways to overcome prejudice. There are certain ways in which prejudice can be overcome. Some of these can be summed up as follows. Now we'll see one by one. Treat people the way you want them to treat. Number 2, do not prejudge people. Make sure you give yourself a chance to know people as individuals before you decide whether you like them or not. Find out more about other cultures, countries, and people to broaden your horizons. If you see anyone treating someone unfairly, try to explain why the person is being unfair. So, these are the ways to overcome the prejudice. Next, we'll see kinds of discrimination. First of all, social discrimination. What is social discrimination? We are prejudiced against others when we feel ourselves superior in respect of culture, language, religion, caste, race, or community without knowing any reason for this. The main reason of this prejudice is the sense of inequality and discrimination. By inequality, we mean social inequality like upper class and lower class, rich and poor, superior caste and inferior caste on the basis of their occupation and activities for their livelihood. People are engaged in different kinds of work like teaching, carpentry, pottery, weaving, fishing, farming, etc. Some activities like cleaning, washing, cutting hair, picking garbage, etc. are considered as dirty or impure. People involved in occupations like garbage collection, cleaning, sweeping, etc. are looked down upon and considered as untouchables. Children, turn the page. Page number 166. Next we'll see economic discrimination. What is economic discrimination? In modern India, unequal distribution of property and wealth in society is causing economic inequality. People who are poor do not have access to good food, clothing, shelter, or education due to lack of good education. They are unable to get good jobs. This gives birth to upper and lower class for superior works and inferior works respectively. Next, we'll see gender discrimination. What is gender discrimination? This is a form of discrimination that has been practiced against women for hundreds of years now. The girl child is given less importance and attention in terms of healthcare, food, and education. Female feticide and infanticide are the two evils present even today, not only in our villages but also in educated urban families. The demand for dowry made on the parents of the bride is another example of the social injustice of gender discrimination. Due to this discrimination system in our society, females are considered the weaker sex. In some areas, education is not compulsory for the girls, and as such, they are less educated and less capable of work compared to the male members. Next, we'll see discrimination based on language. This is another sort of discrimination that one faces in a diversified country like India. Often one comes across people of one state being discriminated in another state in the context of language, be it while traveling or during job application or marriage. This hampers the healthy growth of the country. Discrimination against rural people. Sometimes there are prejudice against rural and urban people. People of urban areas have prejudice against the people of rural areas, who are considered backward and inferior. In a class also, a student from a rich family with better clothes and dress looks down upon a student from a poor family. In respect of religion and language also, we find that there is a prejudice against one another. One group of students with some same religion and language think themselves better than the superior to another group. Next, we will see discrimination based on skin color. Some have a bright skin color while others are dark skinned. Discrimination is done on the basis of this. Time and again, the people of India and Africa have come across this discrimination by the Western world. Mahatma Gandhi had also faced it in South Africa. Fighting for equality. Different kinds of prejudice and discrimination have been prevalent in the Indian society. One of the most glaring examples of discrimination is the caste system and the practice of untouchability. Traditionally, the Indian society has been divided into different castes on the basis of occupation. Brahmins, that is priests, and Kshatriyas, rulers, and warriors, and the Vaishyas, traders, were considered to be upper caste and therefore respectable, while Sudras or the lower caste faced tremendous discrimination. People engaged in Menial work such as sweepers, cobblers were in fact considered to be untouchable and impure and faced extreme discrimination. They were not allowed to interact with people belonging to the higher caste and were denied all rights. Lastly, we will see the constitution and respect for diversity. When India gained independence in 1947, our leaders decided to work for the eradication of all kinds of discrimination present in society. They set out to write our constitution with a vision that all Indians should get equal rights and opportunities and be considered equal. The Constitution gives equal rights to men and women and does not allow any discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. The makers of our Constitution also realized that the economically and socially weaker sections of the country needed more empowerment. Therefore, the Constitution has many special provisions for the uplift of the backward sections. Okay, students, here the chapter is over, and you write down these important underline things what I show you and read this chapter for better understanding. Thank you.